Hello, beautiful soul. I hope that you're having an incredible morning, afternoon, whatever the time of the day it is. I hope that you're just making every moment intentional and truly planting yourself in the present moment. This week's vlog, I wanted to talk to you about connection in the sense of how we as human beings, we're all energetically connected, and what that can mean to us and how to use that to our best intention. About 2 weeks ago, I went with my amazing and beautiful hearted inside and out friend, and I went with her to Moab, to this festival called Unleash, in this safe space. So it was out in the desert in Moab, Utah. There's no judgment from anyone. Like, every human being, every soul that is there is just so loving unconditionally, and everyone just sees you, like, genuinely. When in society we're kind of afraid of being seen, to truly see eye contact and to see the soul within the body. Usually we judge, and we go into our fear base that goes through our ego, which is trying to protect us. But everybody at this festival moved past the fear, past the judgment and the layers, and every human being just was so loving and would make direct eye contact, and genuinely just, you would feel this presence of safety and love, and like you were truly being seen. That experience, I mean, that was just part of it. I had gone through some energy movement, kind of like yoga, maybe like a Kundalini yoga type of movement, where we just allowed our body to move as we were sitting the way it wanted, without thinking about it, without the structure, without the ego, and we simply just allowed our body to move. And I experienced a lot of emotional release, and I noticed as the people around me, I could feel their energy as they were moving through, and I recognized that when we're open, we can actually genuinely, and in this safe space, it was a good experience to feel all these energies connecting and being able to share this experience with each other as we're releasing things and transforming. It's what gave me this inspiration to talk about how, as beings, we're energetically connected. Maybe you call yourself an empath, but then you highly know what I'm talking about feeling somebody's energy, about genuinely feeling if they're upset, or feeling that something is off, or maybe you simply feel their happiness and so you're happy, and sometimes we like to take on that emotion. That's what it means. And the thing is that we can all feel each other's energy. Sometimes some of us just aren't highly aware of it. Some of us also go through life and we go through a lot of trials, a lot of hard times that have us build this wall, this protective wall, where we don't sense other people's energy because we are trying to protect our energy, but it can become an unhealthy thing in a bit. I think it is good to have a protective barrier where you're not taking on people's energy and you're not giving out and emptying yourself. I think there should be a healthy energy exchange where you can intuitively help people and you can share and send out loving energy while still keeping your cup full, while still helping people, or maybe just trying to understand people, because as human beings, we're not robots. We're beautiful, divine souls, and we're human, so we're imperfect and flawed, and we're there for each other. We need to be there for each other to pick each other up, and that's where feeling that compassion and just that empathy, feeling the energy even more so, is so important. Opening ourselves up can be a vulnerable and brave thing to do, but in the right way, it's a really powerful thing to go into a room or to spend time with an individual and to feel their energy. It's amazing. It's so amazing. When you wash out all like the judgments of the ego, of all the negative traits about a human, and you go right in and you see the human as they are. The ball of energy, the light, the being with all their beautiful characteristics that make them up as individuals. It's an amazing thing to experience. Another example, in the year that most of us are trying to forget. A lot of us as a collection, really tough time, and we were all experiencing it all over the world because of this virus. And not just because of that, but because energetically it was spreading. Just like how fear in its own container, that can kind of spread it. That can spread to each individual. We feel it from one person and it can kind of take over. But we do have the mental power to stop that, in my opinion. But fear is something that shows how energetically connected we are, and 2020 was a huge example of that. But also how we had so much love for each other and so much compassion towards what we were all going through, and we were energetically sharing this experience. I think we can manifest things when we energetically connect in that sense. For example, prayer. They say when two or more are gathered, it's even more powerful. Whenever you pray to Heavenly Father, He's listening to you even as an individual. You are so powerful on your own, and He loves you. And when you're gathered together, it's even more powerful. These are just a couple of examples. Whenever a friend is going through something, we do feel empathy and compassion, but I'm talking about even on a deeper level. When you're in the same room and one person does something and so the other person does something, there's been scientific experiments where like 2 or 3 people in the room that didn't know about the experiment, but there were like 10 others that did, and the 10 others stood up, and so the 2 of them stood up right away, 1 of them thought about it and then stood up. And it just kind of shows, yes, that we can be easily influenced if there's a mass group doing something, that we can kind of feel influenced to go with the stream, which can be a good and a bad thing. But it also, in my opinion, it shows how energetically connected we are, how we feel some energy moving this way. So we just naturally feel that way. When I did my yoga teacher training, I was filled in a room with a ton of beautiful and amazing, kind-hearted women, and there were experiences where we shared vulnerable moments, and when one person was feeling vulnerable, we all felt vulnerable. It just shows how we can feel other people's energy and how genuinely powerful that can be, and how, in my opinion, that connects us to each other. Even if you think you have differences, you are your own individual, but we're energetically connected, which means everyone is our brothers and sisters. Keep your energy cord, keep that safe and protected, but know that they're your brothers and sisters, and always just try to keep the best in mind for everyone you cross paths with. That means when somebody comes up to you that you don't normally conversate with, or that looks a little bit different, try not to judge them on the exterior, but see past through the exterior, and you can meet some really kind human beings simply because you took away the fear and the judgment, and you recognize, hey, they're another human soul, and you guys are energetically connected, and you guys are soul to soul, and you can meet some amazing people and have a good conversation. Whenever you have a good conversation and you see the soul for what's within, you find a lot of gifts. And with all that goodness, there's a lot of goodness that manifests in your own life and within their life, and you're sharing this energetic, positive manifestation that's just blooming and blossoming in your life. Don't be afraid to smile and make eye contact with people, to really see people, not in a negative, condescending way, not in a fearful way. And if you are feeling fear, just kind of go inside, meditate, breathe, remind yourself the lie and the truth. The truth is they're just a human being. They're not up on a pedestal. They're not down below either. They're right there with you, energetically connected to you. And as humans, we all crave intimacy. We crave to be seen truly for who we are. And I know that can be hard at first sight, but if we move past the facial, the barriers, the skin, and we see and we actually make eye contact with people and we see people and we try to move into their soul in a non-invasive way, a connection can happen. Powerful domino effect of, I don't know, maybe even changing not just your life in a positive way, but you're changing other people's life. You're helping them feel seen and you're helping the world, therefore you're influencing people around you to do the same, and maybe they're for the world. So begin by making eye contact with people, smiling, having a friendly conversation with people you don't normally talk to. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You don't have to be vulnerable with just anyone, but who's worthy of your vulnerability, in a sense of like knowing who you are, just being vulnerable to try to gain something, but genuinely just being vulnerable because you feel that this is the right thing. Never be afraid to be vulnerable, to share your truth. You have beautiful truth, a beautiful story to tell. When you feel the time is right, it's a strength. Vulnerability is. So don't ever be afraid to be vulnerable, and don't be afraid to open up energetically in a safe space. I feel like I gain these beautiful energies. I feel like it's added upon my soul, and I am hugged and reminded of it whenever I think of my past experiences sharing energy with other human beings. It's been really incredible. Goddesses, divine masculines. I'm very grateful for the experience, so I highly suggest when you get the opportunity to open up and share your energy, do so. Have that conversation with that stranger. Give love any opportunity you have. Remind yourself to be able to truly do that. It's about overcoming the fear-based mind, stepping into how can I serve this world? What's my true purpose of being here, which is to give love. You're a light giver. I'm sure that's why you're watching my video right now. You're a light worker and you're a giver of love. So you have it all within you. You're a powerful divine being, and oh my gosh, connecting with other beings, other souls, other energies, that will genuinely remind you and spark that powerful energy within you. It reminds you how powerful you genuinely are and how powerful as a collective we are. So go out, share that energy by just unconditional love. Even by thought, you can think of someone, and anytime somebody comes to your mind, if it's someone you miss, just someone who crosses your mind, anyone, maybe somebody who ended on bad terms, anytime they come to your mind, just send them love, wish them well. Let that thought go. You don't have to attach yourself to it, just simply let it go. And that's another way of sharing your energy. So anytime you guys have the opportunity, don't be afraid to vulnerably share your energy. You are a beautiful, divine child of God. You are this beautiful soul. You have so much to give the world. You have other souls out there just waiting to meet you. And the souls in your life right now that are waiting to just nourish you and take care of you. So remember your true power. Remember who you genuinely are. And I hope you enjoyed this little spiritual conversation. You have a podcast as well, Sunshine Affirmations and Meditation, on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts, for affirmations to begin your day and meditations to end your day. So have a blessed day, guys. I love you. Go make today intentional. drink your water, get outside, get some sunshine, some vitamin D, take a nature walk, connect with your inner, truest, highest power. And I'm sending my love and light your way.